Let's take a look at 11 brands and tear down how real companies are indoctrinating their new subscribers and engaging and bonding them to their brand. Let's take a look.
All right, here's the first example from New York Times best-selling author Kevin Kruse. Let's remember our indoctrination checklist, the 10 items here. We need to welcome and thank people. We need to set expectations, encourage whitelisting, restate the benefits, introduce the brand or the team, show off our best of, bounce people around, prescribe the next steps, open a loop, and start a conversation. So let's take a look at how Kevin did with his new subscriber email. All right, first, right out of the gate, hey, thanks for subscribing to my newsletter. So we've got the welcome to about once a month. I'll send valuable advice on leadership, engagement, entrepreneurship, and other topics that relate to business excellence. We are setting expectations. Now, we're also restating the benefits, right? This is setting the expectations on frequency, restating the benefits on being a subscriber and receiving these emails. Now, jump down to the next line. Will you do 3 things for me? Thing number 1, reply to this email. Thing number 2, make sure my response email doesn't accidentally get sent to your junk folder. Thing number 3 is a special thanks for subscribing. Click here, right? So what did we do there? We definitely prescribed the next steps. We also started a conversation. What else? Encouraged whitelisting, and also kind of showed off the best of with the download of a free chapter from a book, also free videos. So all of these things, rapid fire 1, 2, 3, and then finally in the final section, don't forget you can also connect with me on Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, and YouTube. So we're definitely bouncing around. Now, if it were me, I would have made that number 7 a little bit stronger by giving a why. Right? Why on Facebook? Why on LinkedIn? Why on Twitter? And why on YouTube? Why, if I follow you on one of them, should I also follow you or connect on the other? So this is a really strong benefit for your subscribers, and a way for you to tell them you don't need to just be following me on LinkedIn, because on YouTube I'm going to do this, but on Twitter I'm going to do this. So fantastic initial welcome email to the subscriber. Nothing too crazy or complicated, but hit a lot of the criteria for our indoctrination. Let's take another example here. So this is WebIdo. Let's take a look and see how their first welcome email looks. So first, right off the gate, hi, I want to personally thank you for joining. So we got the welcome and thank you. Now we're going to move down and say my top priority is that you have a great experience with us and learn to easily create amazing code-free websites. So checking the benefit, restating that benefit. What does the platform do? It does this. What's your benefit of being here? You get this. Now, the next one is, in the next few days, I'll be reaching out to you with some tips and techniques used by some of our most successful designers. So that's opening a loop. Now, the next line is, I recommend checking out our tutorials to learn the basics of designing with WebIdo. Now, that's going to be prescribing next steps, right? There's going to be a bit of value there, but it's really prescribing the next steps. And number 10, just kind of a closing conversation of, give me a shout if you need any help. So pretty passive, but a way to kind of start a conversation, a way to say, I'm here. I would have loved to see that be more of a question and a prescribed reply. But overall, simple email, great indoctrination, or great start to the indoctrination for the brand. Now let's take a look at a case study that's more in the e-commerce or the physical product space, Lush Cosmetics. So how does Lush do with a new subscriber? First, welcome to the Lush life. Your inbox smells better already. Well, that's one heck of a welcome and thank you. Number 2, set expectations. You'll be among the first to know about all of the latest Lush news, new and limited edition products, events, invitations, and so much more. So we've really setting the expectations and really the benefits a bit of being here. You're kind of in the know. You're You're the first to know about new stuff. Now there's this video where you're going to get behind the scenes look. You're going to get to meet some of the team. You're going to get kind of that voyeuristic view on who builds up or who makes up this brand. So definitely an introduction to the brand or the team here. And in video is an amazing way to do that. Now they're going to go down into We Think You'll Love and introduce some of the best products. So Sleepy, Sexy Bomb, Scrubby. This is definitely a kind of maybe it's a stretch on prescribed next steps, but it's definitely telling them to do something. So we've got number 8 there. Good job overall. All right, let's take a look at something completely different. So here is another welcome email, and this one is loaded with a bit of personality, which, as you can tell, this brand is loaded with personality. So let's take a look at the elements of this email. Nice to meet you. So we're going to check the welcome and thank you off right away, and moving on to this second chunk right under the engaging video. Here's what to expect from our emails. Boy, not hard to imagine what part of the indoctrination checklist this covers. Lots of new products, some cool photos, a few jokes, maybe a dancing cat here and there, and woohoo, exclusive deals. Like this one for 10% off. Use code in the club. So really setting expectations well, and again, pulling that personality that is part of the brand through. If someone is incredibly serious and has opted into this brand and is just completely put off by their playful nature, now is a good time for them to unsubscribe. If they'd hid that playfulness and really not brought it out to the forefront of who they are in this very first email, then that could be something that happens way down the road after a bit of resentment and just not a fantastic experience. In that same kind of section, they're also prescribing the next logical step, giving a code, right? It's giving a gift. It's in the club, right? So you're on the inside. Really great stuff here. Now follow us. We're all kinds of social, but for the latest news and insider info, you gotta head to Instagram. Click here. That's great bouncing. You can see all of their other social platforms are listed below with the icons, but really they're saying Instagram's where you want to connect with us. I love the simplicity of one platform if you're not going to be able to tell them why the others are important. So go to the one where you know you're putting your best foot forward, where you represent or it represents you, your brand, your personality the best. It's the best you got. Focus on that one. No need to bounce them all over the place until you know that you're really, really sending them someplace where they're going to be impressed, they're going to be engaged, and they're going to definitely see you as an authority and get some value. All right, let's move over to another email. This one from our friends at The Hustle. Right, The Hustle, an amazing newsletter loaded with personality. Let's take a look at their one of their indoctrination emails for new subscribers. Right off the bat, like everyone else, a letter from the leader of a circus, aka The Hustle. I assure you, we don't take what just happened lightly. You just gave us your email and joined our newsletter. That's a very big deal. Don't believe me? After you press the submit button and send an email, a little buzzer went off in our office. Our entire team can hear it. And when it went off, everyone smiled. So one, speaking of personality, goodness gracious, this is loaded with personality, but it is a big welcome and thank you, right? Welcome and thank you right off the bat, loaded with personality. Now, in the next section, our office manager gave a golf clap, and our operations guy did a push-up. I don't know why, but for some reason he does push-ups every time the buzzer goes off. Greg, our head of marketing, ran outside and hugged some old lady. Sorry, I missed that. Walking by the office, I'm pretty sure he just tried to kiss her. She didn't seem to mind, thankfully. I'm also fairly certain Kara, our director of content, take a shot at tequila. I have no idea why she's drinking at work, but hey, the kid is excited you just signed up. Oh my goodness. What an amazing and engaging introduction to the brand or the team. It is definitely engaging. It's fun and exciting to read. Again, that personality. But now you know that you're starting to hear from Greg and Kara, and there's all these other people that make up the team. All right, let's jump down a little bit. So we're going to say, look, I didn't write this to tell you about our team's awful impulse control, but to thank you for signing up. Every pixel and character of copy on our site and in this newsletter is here to make you happy. We hope every piece of content we create will inspire you to live a more epic life. If it doesn't, just hit reply and you'll receive to any email you receive from The Hustle and tell us how you feel. So there's restating the benefits. They're checking that big time. All right, going to go down to starting a conversation. Thanks again for joining our tribe. We'll holler in a few days with some awesome stuff. P.S. Want to make our head of marketing do another push-up, right? Want to make do another push-up, hit share on Facebook or share on Twitter at the bottom of this email. Then once we see it, we'll send you a video of Greg doing a push-up. I'm not joking. Try me to make sure we see it. Tweet at us or email us proof, right? So what are we doing here? Welcome and thank you. Introduction to the brand, restating the benefits, starting a conversation, opening a loop, so much good stuff. And again, loaded with personality, and you really get a good idea of who this brand is. Void personality like this, it's tough to build a deep bond or start a meaningful relationship between a new subscriber and a brand. Now, this is going to be one of two things. Either someone is going to bond and relate and be engaged and excited by this type of content, by this voice, or they're going to be put off by it. Either way, that's a good thing. You want to attract the ideal subscriber, engage the ideal subscriber, and you kind of want to repel the person who's not. If they don't like your free content, if they don't like your personality on the most ungated of content, when you get down to your personality as the levels of intimacy from stranger to friend, from subscriber to customer or client, they're not going to like them then either. So it's best to really make sure that you're not only showing your best content, but you're showing your authentic and ideal self with or as it relates to your brand, right? As it relates to your brand voice, making sure that everyone knows that and follows it is important, right? And again, we're bouncing them around with Facebook and Twitter. So amazing stuff here. All right, let's look at Paul Jarvis, another example here. Right off the bat, hello there. Upon receiving notice you signed up, I was immediately pleased. Welcome and thank you. Check. Now we're going to come down to introduction to the brand and the team. Again, this is another one where I just love the personality that just oozes out of this email, which is crazy with how robotic it sounds. It says, I was so pleased I went straight to the tattoo parlor and got the first available tattoo artist to tattoo your name on my inner left arm in a thin, beautiful typeface. Thankfully, it was Big Bad Jim, since One-Eyed Pete isn't good at tattooing fonts. And I've been agonizing over what tattoo to get next, and then it hit me, your name. It's bandaged up now, otherwise I'd send you a photo of it. I'll wear it with pride every time I raise my hands over my head in front of the mirror. Happens more than you'd expect. I'll think of you and of today, the day you joined my mailing list. There's a whole lot of introduction to different people there, a whole lot of introduction to personality, and just, again, amazing, engaging copy. Now, next section, we're going to get into setting expectations. You'll be hearing from me every Sunday, and now that we're bonded in ink, I cannot wait to appear in your inbox. Anytime you read one of my emails and find it interesting, of value, horribly offensive, or anything else, just hit reply. I'd love to hear from my ink's namesake. So setting expectations for sure, starting a conversation there too, right? Starting that conversation and just seeing the pattern here of a lot of these emails of asking people to reply, and not sending from do not reply at company name or no reply at company name, right? We need to move over to not encouraging our people to read our emails and not reply and leave us alone, but the opposite. Like, turn these emails and turn these subscribers into real live conversations. All right, let's look at the next section. Here's some free bonus material for you. 1, the Sunday Dispatches. 2, generating weekly content. 3, the anatomy of a self-published book. All of these are showing your best of, right? And instead of doing it in 3 emails, it's right here in the bottom. Here's 3 free gifts. Here's some amazing stuff, adding value in advance. I love everything about this. And at the bottom, if you're digging what I'm doing, you can read every book I've ever written in a 50% off bundle right here. That's prescribing the next steps. And also, it's a gift. It's 50% off. A lot of amazing stuff here. Let's take a look at this watch brand, right? Really cool watch brand, Shinola out of Detroit. And take a look at how they are welcoming and indoctrinating new subscribers to their list. First, welcome to Shinola. Thanks for joining us. So we're setting those expectations. Now an introduction to the brand and the team. There's the brand story. 2011, we built a watch assembly factory in Detroit. 3 factories, 18 cities, 1 leather design studio, and over 500 jobs later, we've shown we're after something new. We're making an investment in skill at scale, creating a community that will thrive through the excellence of craft and pride of work. We will reclaim the making of things that are made well. We offer well-made watches, bicycles, leather goods, journals, and more, but at the end of the day, jobs might be the thing we are most proud of. That is a hell of an introduction to the brand. And not just the brand, right? The brand's purpose, the brand's why. Not just what do we make, what can you purchase from us, but why do we do it? If there is a missional aspect of your brand, make sure that you are putting that in the forefront. It's in your story. People bond with mission, right? People bond with a purpose bigger than themselves, especially when it comes to commerce. What is your brand about? Their brand is about creating jobs, right? Their brand is about the investment in skill. Their brand is about high pride in craftsmanship. If you believe any of those things, then you're going to start to bond with this brand because you both believe the same things. They are you, you are them, one of us is what you're thinking. All right, let's jump down to the next section. They do a really good job at setting expectations with this section right here. Now that you're a subscriber, you'll be the first to hear about what we're up to in Detroit, whether we're introducing new products, debuting a new partnership with a notable maker, or sharing a story from the journal. We'll also write you whenever we release new products and styles to share or host our events in the city, in your city, that we don't want you to miss. Right? So there, we're setting expectations, telling them when we will email them, why we will email them, and the content they can expect. Next section, we're going to introduce the brand and the team again. At the end of the day, we believe that a true manufacturing company is not built by the thing it makes, but the people who make them. To learn more about who we really are, you should meet the people who make Shinola possible. Then they're really introducing the team here, which I love. And finally, or not finally, but the next section, opening a loop. Our well-built watches were at the center of everything we do. In our next email, we'll get into the nuts and bolts of our watch collection. So there's a open a loop. And it's again, kind of in that next section, all products are built in the United States with American or imported parts. So kind of back to a little bit of that, who we are, what we believe, what's important to us. And then they're going to prescribe the next logical steps and just seeing where you can find a store nearest you. All right, let's look at another physical brand, Mack Weldon. All right, Mack Weldon, see how they're indoctrinating new people. I love this headline. You don't have to read this. We know you're busy, and you already know we're an underwear company. And you may have already heard how comfortable our stuff is. So we won't take up your time with our thoughts on why our products are great. You'll form your own opinion when you try it on. Okay, that's a heck of an introduction to the brand voice. Like, what do they do? Well, they make underwear. They're an underwear company. And they're snarky. So if you're snarky and need underwear, then you're probably in the right place. Down here, we're confident you'll like it as much as these guys do. We sincerely appreciate your business and value your feedback. So if there's anything we can do for you, just email us at hello@MackWeldon. Thank you and welcome to Mack Weldon. So boom, we hit the welcome and thank you. Now we're going to do a little bit of introduction to the brand and the team. And again, the we believe. We believe design and performance should complement each other. We're passionate about cutting edge technology across all industries and inspired by people who follow through on their commitments to make things better, right? That's a heck of again, what we believe. Do you believe that design and performance should complement each other? Do you believe, or are you excited by cutting edge technology? Are you kind of someone who believes in a high follow through on commitments and that is a part of who you are? Then you're going to really start to bond with this brand. Then they've got the why they do it, and finally there's a bounce them around by sending to the other social properties. So get the latest on what we're up to, see what inspires us, and join the conversation. It would be great if those were broken out by platform. So see what inspires us. Maybe that's on Instagram, like join the conversation. Maybe that's on Twitter. The latest on what we're up to, maybe that's on Facebook. If you can say, here's where you would do this, here's where you would do this, here's where you would do this. Now there's a reason for them to go to each platform and to potentially engage with you or your brand on those. All right, let's take a look at another example here from Away, right? Away is a luggage company and really, really good suitcases. So time for a proper introduction. Right off the bat, they're going to come in and say, welcome and thank you. Here we go. Now they're going to come down into their next section and start to introduce the brand or the team. We're a team of thinkers, seekers, and designers who find inspiration in movement, exploration, transition, and surprise. We create special objects inspired by real people and true stories, all designed for the way you live and travel today. Right? There's a who we are. We're more than just a luggage company. This is more than just a suitcase. Right? There's a bit more to what we do. Now, the next section they're going to do a really good job is at setting expectations. As for the emails, they'll be a little like this, but usually with a few more travel notes and anecdotes, updates about new products, and a few little inspirations to take on the road. Stay tuned. We're just getting started. Great job at setting expectations there. If you're a traveler, this is a traveler's suitcase. These are people who understand travelers and people that are inspired. So it's more than just I'm buying a suitcase. This is how the brand, the personality removes the comparative nature of a commoditized purchase, right? Suitcases, do I go to Walmart, Target, and just grab some suitcase? Or am I looking at this company because they're missional? They have a purpose. They have something that I believe in as well. They get me. That's what they're doing here. Then are they opening a loop with the travel well? I don't know. Maybe not. Probably not. But travel well, again, it's a sign off that indicates they know who we are. I would ask if it were me in here and I knew that I was talking to other travel enthusiasts, I would ask some questions about share your best picture, tag us. Where was your favorite destination? What's next on your travel list or travel bucket list? Something like that. Okay, let's take a look at Angie's List and how they're welcoming people. Angie's List or Angie.com. They are connecting homeowners and contractors. So the first thing they're going to do is say, welcome to the list, right? Welcome to the list. So they got number one down pat. Then they're going to prescribe the next logical steps, find deals and services near you. If someone's subscribing to this, then they're looking for some help doing something in their area with a contractor or a service provider. They're going to do that again, and here's what's next. You will get 3 more emails like this during the next several days to help you find exclusive services, shop offers, and learn about new Angie's List features, right? So there's a great prescribed next logical steps. Again, they're going to come in with another one. Coming soon to your inbox, deals from top-rated pros. They're going to come in there and then say a little bit more about that and then give another call to action of see the details now. So really, they introduced themselves and then just prescribed the next logical steps the whole way through the email. And there was nothing the matter with that. That's speaking to their benefit, and it's the desired end result of the person who just signed up. All right, let's look at another example, the Finn newsletter, right? Published by Plaid. Let's dive into this one. Thanks for subscribing to Finn. So welcome and thank you. Check. We believe that the lack of information and transparency in financial services is a significant barrier to progress, and that something so fundamental shouldn't be so opaque. Finn exists to draw back the curtain on finance, the technology that powers it, and what the future holds. Boom. Introduction to the brand and the team, what we believe, our reason for existing, why you should listen to us. If you believe these things, we're in it together. I love that opening paragraph. Now, moving quickly into the next one, each month we'll aim to create content for our context for our financial world with best-in-class writing, perspectives from key players, and timely analysis of emerging issues. To hold you over until the next newsletter, here are a few of our favorite Finn articles. Also, don't forget to follow us on Twitter for real-time updates. So in there, you got a heck of a setting expectations, right? What are we doing? It's setting expectations. It's also restating the benefits a bit. Like, what are we going to do for you? They're giving a gift, and they're bouncing over to Twitter. Now coming back to show the best of, under the closing, the Finn favorites, recent roots of financial regulations, everything covered there. Now, we've looked through a lot of examples, And I've got a question for you. How many of those examples had all 10 elements of the indoctrination checklist? Think back. Hasn't been that long, right? Probably don't have a list in front of you. I'll help with the answer. 0. Absolutely 0. Here's the moral of that. Don't try to check all the boxes in one email. Remember, an indoctrination campaign, an indoctrination series is 3 to 5 emails. You've seen some amazing examples here, right? 4 to 6 is a solid effort for each individual email. If you have 4 to 6 of the 10 elements and you have 3 to 5 emails in your indoctrination, even if you never hit all 10 elements, you're going to go a long way to indoctrinating the brands.